All right. Following in the footsteps of Afro Ninja HD, who thinks like a whim to make a video on some Naruto Shippuden. And Sasuke was like, I spared your life on a whim. This bro was like, I'll make this video on a whim, and just uploaded the Gundam Seed episode 18 review. I was like, all right, man. I'll do the same because I've been thinking every episode of Gundam Seed that I watch, which this is an episode 47 review. So clearly, I've been thinking for a while because we're almost done. I'm like, I wanna make reviews on this, but I want to be able to make like a 20, 40 hour long video just dissecting everything because I love everything. And I'm like, well, I don't have a laptop or a PC. My phone is a really bad phone, so I can't like edit properly because it glitches and restarts and freezes and all this garbage. So I'm like, man, I couldn't make anything the way I wanted right now, but who cares? So this is the episode 47 review of Gundam Seed called Final Light? Dying Light? I think it was Final Light. It was Final Light. Yeah. Our homie Mula Flaga. Muda Furaga. Bit the bullet. I knew it was coming. I didn't know when. But once he had that scene with Muru where her necklace was kind of flying out before he went out to battle, and he was like, was this from the last person you were with? Was he a mobile armor pilot? She was like, yeah. He was like, don't worry, I'm gonna be right back. I ain't gonna die. He died. His backstory reveal was crazy, as well as Kira's, because he was kind of there too, and by proxy Kagari, and kind of all coordinators really. Like, it just finally explained what the actual deal with coordinators is. Because in the beginning they just kind of tossed the word out, and I'm like, am I supposed to know about this? Like, is this from a previous Gundam series that I just don't know about? But then they slowly start explaining it, and yeah, that was a crazy reveal, especially because of how it involved La Cruzet, I think is how you say his name. So that was great. And Mu has always been there for Kira. Even back when Kira was just a citizen piloting the strike. Every time before, during, and after battle, Mu was there. And, he was there for Kira with, just some lighthearted but still rigid reinforcement. And that's what made Mu so great. He was cheery, happy, positive. He was always looking at the more, brighter side of the situation. He was always cracking jokes, sometimes a little too much, because Natare would be like, and even Maru sometimes would be like, don't do that. But yeah, he was always great. But he also understood the severity of the situation that they were in, and that when it was time to get serious, it was time to get serious. So I really appreciated that about him. He was a great character. And the way he died, like he was almost back to safety, man. And this scumbag, bottom of the barrel filth, that typical arrogant, prideful, obnoxious, conceited, all these words. Azrael, I think is how you say it. The blonde haired dude, the leader of the Blue Cosmos. No one liked him. They just knew they had to work with him. And he didn't care about anybody. The only relationship that he had with someone is if he knew that he needed to keep them on good terms so that he could reach his end goal. Every person was not a person to him. They didn't have feelings, motives, dreams, personality. They weren't a life to him. They were just a means to an end for him to reach his goal. So he was just scum. And Natare knew that from the start, I'm sure. But she had her duty, and she wasn't going to betray her duty. She had things she needed to do because she was in the military, and she even said that to Muru when they parted. And Muru was like, I'm sure he'll be a wonderful captain. But I ain't about all that. I don't even believe in the Earth forces right now. Even these niggas going out of pocket. I'm like, oh, okay. She went out and said it. So with Natare, it made me a little sad that it took her so long to finally rebel. But I know why it took her a while, because she believes, in military, that a soldier and a commander and all of those in between positions, they need to do their job without getting emotions involved and just do the duty. Because if emotions get involved and everyone's letting their own personal morals guide their decisions, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be no order. And so that's how she tried to conduct things as the new commander of this Archangel. And then this guy shows up and is being a complete monster right at her side every other moment, when on the Archangel, even though she was so much more tame, she was the monster. Like, she would be the one making the hard decisions, so to speak, that were a little bit like, ooh, we really got to do that? And it's like, she's not wrong. She's making a tough decision in a hard time, but she's not wrong. But also it's like, ugh. Like when she jumped out and made Lacus a hostage, and everyone was like, hey, hey, hey! Or no, was it her? Or was it Flay? I don't remember everything, because I remember Flay was also like, I will kill her. I'm getting off topic. Don't get me started on Flay. And we're in episode 47, and I still do not say that name to me. Oh, this video would turn into 30 minutes long. Just ranting about her. Woo! Okay, back on topic. Natare died an honorable death. I wish she didn't have to die, because she found her convictions at the last moment. But I'm glad that she did them in the way that she did, and she took that scum with her. She had to do a few bad things before she found her path. And that's kind of been the trend with a few characters in this. They had to do a few things before they finally realized what it is they really needed to do. Another one like that would be Asuran Zara. Speaking of, in this episode, this is kind of my last point, Isaac. From the beginning, he was just, not really thinking too much about the circumstances. Just, I'm a part of, what's it called? Zant? Was it? I can't remember the name. The enemy thing. I don't know why. I'm thinking too hard about it. Not that important. But he was just like, I'm the part of this Gundam. I'm gonna do this, yeah. And then he got scarred by Kira, and then he was like, Kira, what's the strike? And I'm just like, bro, you're so one-minded, dude. Like, ugh. And then he finally had some waking up moments when he saw Diarca. And he was like, what are you doing? And Diarca was like, hey, man, I don't know if we're on the right side of this. And it took a bit, but Isaac finally switched up. And, you love to see it. It took him some time. He had to do a few bad things, but it started stirring in his own head on his own time. And he made the right decision. I don't know if he's going to continue, because now he's got to go through the same process as Asuran, where he has to actually go through with turning on the people that he was fighting with, because he now believes in something else. But it seems like Isaac is finally going down that right path. So, not going to make this any longer. That was the short and dirty of the episode 47 review. A lot of good moments. And this looks like it's going to have a kind of bittersweet ending. But I know there's another one, Gundam Seed Destiny. So we'll see what's in that. Yeah. For sure, some other things from 47 will be covered in episode 48, because there is no notes. I'm going off the top of my head. But that's the review.